Philippine inflation rate still on the rise. According to experts, Philippine inflation rates reaches up to 6.9% this September. This is the highest since the Great Recession and is still expected to rise within the next few months. President Ferdinand Marcos should directly approach this President Ferdinand Marcos should directly address this situation. President Ferdinand Marcos should directly address food and supply shortages, food and energy inflation. Kasi March is 100 rupees. President Ferdinand Marcos should directly address food and energy inflation as he reaches his 100 mark. Kasi March is 100 days in office. President Ferdinand Marcos should directly address food and energy inflation as he reaches his 100 days. As he marks. President Ferdinand Marcos should directly address food and energy inflation as he marks his 100 days in office, said the TUCP. TUCP Vice President Luis Corral told ABS-CBN Teleradio that a perfect storm was brewing in our country's economy, especially as it faces the soaring food and power prices, as well as rising unemployment and TUCP Vice President Luis Corral told ABS-CBN Teleradio that a perfect storm was brewing in the country's economy, especially as it faces the soaring food and power prices, as well as rising unemployment and underemployment rates. Hindi po nakababayad ang mga tao natin ng rent. At hindi po nakababayad ang mga tao natin ng rent sa utilities nila at sa pagkain at sa ordinaryong healthcare needs. Kaya sa amin po sa TUCP, parang may perfect storm that's brewing, Corral said. For Corral, the Marcos Jr. administration should not be treating the country's situation as business as usual, but rather addressing it with immediate solutions. For Corral, the Marcos administration should not be treating this country's situation as business as usual, but rather addressing it with immediate solutions. For Corral, the Marcos administration should not be treating this. For Corral, the Marcos Jr. administration should not be treating the country's situation as business as usual, but rather addressing it with immediate solutions. These are urgent times and you need out of the box solutions, and it cannot be business as usual. Kung ano nakasanayan mo na po ng mga problema. These are urgent times and you need out of the box solutions, and it cannot be business as usual kung ano yung nakasanayan ng mga problema. He also called on Marcos and his assistant secretaries to take pay cuts to help working Filipinos face the economic situation. He also called on Marcos and his assistant secretaries to take pay cuts to help working Filipinos face the economic situation if they They are willing to pay the sacrifice. He also called on Marcos and his assistant secretaries. He also called on Marcos and his secretaries to take pay cuts to help working Filipinos face the economic situation if they are willing to sacrifice. In his weekly vlog, Marcos cited health, livelihood, and peace as some of his administration's in his weekly vlog, Marcos cited health, livelihood, and peace as some of his administration's successes in his first 100 days in office. Wala pa naman talaga tayo sa kalingkingan ng kabuoang plano gusto nating ipatupad. Nakapaglatag naman tayo ng matibay na pundasyon bilang simula ng pinangako nating pagbabago, he said. With the Philippine economy with the Philippine economy facing inflation, we should be prepared. We should all be prepared for what's to come. With Philippines economy facing inflation, we should all be prepared in what's to come.